Hey guys, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me today. And I think I forgot to say it yesterday because I was all caught up in the moment, but Merry Christmas. I was trying to fit in a last video in that Friday evening before Christmas, and I was thinking more about my son coming down to go to bed than I was about the fact that, hey, this one's going to go out on Christmas Day. You should say Merry Christmas to everybody. So Merry Christmas. I know I'm a day late. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. If you're still visiting with people today, then I hope everything is going well with your visits and that your families are healthy, happy, and blessed. So I am not able to tell you today when you're watching this. I'm going to be going to my mother's. So today's video, we are up to 40, guys. This is Tina's week 40. My day 40, and it is, she actually has two in here. It's corner tucks and Rita Donnelly flips. You guys who have been doing this for a while probably know what those are. I am going to do examples of both and maybe combine the two a little bit. As you can see, I've got a pile of scraps out here. I just went in my scrap box and pulled a bunch of stuff out that we could use. Look, I even had some corners already cut. Now to use them as corners, the fleur-de-lis are either upside down, unless I use them as up tucks, or sideways. Sideways, I guess I could handle. Now, if you're wanting to do the corner tucks the way she's doing them in the... I'm going to tear that. I've been waiting to use this, and I'm going to use it for this, I think. You would do something like this, and then maybe if you wanted... She likes a torn edge. So if you're watching her, then all of hers are torn. So maybe if I was going to do a torn edge, I would just go down along here and just tear this front end off. And it would make my tuck a little bit smaller. And then I could do like this. Okay. And that's a double corner tuck. Okay. And then all you're going to do is take your glue and go on the edges. Just the two. Like so. And we're going to glue that down on here. Okay. And then you have a nice little double corner tuck. Tuck, and then when you glue that down to a page like so. Nice, right? So if I was to, now then I wanted to use this corner, first of all I'm going to trim it, because where I tore it, it's very white over here on this edge. The core is showing. So we're going to cut that off. And then I would just go and tear down this corner. Oops. Well, let's do it this way. I told you guys before I'm right-handed, so I tend to do things in that direction. Okay, and then we can do same with this. We'll tear the end off and we can make a pair. I've seen a lot of people, and I like the idea, where if you're working in a signature, to create some continuity, I would take this and put it in one part of the signature, and then take this one and put it on the same page, but wherever it is in the signature. Does that make sense? So if you've got a signature of pages, and it's pages 3 of them folded together, and you put it on page 2, then you would then go to page 5, right? Because 3 and 4 would be the middle, and then 5. So you would put it on page 2, and then you would put it on page 5. Does that make sense? So that they're on opposite sides of the same signature. And I think that's a kind of a neat idea to kind of carry through some of your decor. Not to mention the fact that if you like it on a specific page, the other half of that page in the signature is probably going to be where you like it again. All right, so, all right, there you have it. So that's a pair, so to speak. Okay. Put that away, and I'll put this over here for maybe later use. And then something else that she did that I thought was kind of interesting. Let's do, I'm going to cut this up the middle. Actually, I'm going to cut both of these up the middle, I think. Just going to kind of eyeball middle. Like that. Maybe not up the middle. Maybe like that. That might be the middle. I think that's the middle. Okay. So maybe you're doing one of these and you decide, okay, I'm gonna oops, I don't like that. Okay, so I've got that piece, right? Then something interesting that she did was you take it and you tear this off of here. Like that. And then you can cut like this and make further use of that. And maybe I turn it over and put it on here like that. Or turn it this way and put it on there like that. Although that's a lot of, I would have to flip it and then tear some on this side. So we're going to tear I don't necessarily like the way this particular one is tearing. It's tearing too, it's got too much. Okay, and then you use the same side. This is double-sided paper. So then you use the same side or the opposite sides of double-sided sheet. Oh, wait, this is already. Or these are from the same pad. I could use, oops, I could use these together. Or I could flip this over. Well, no, I can't flip that over. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. You could use the flowers together. Okay. And the other side of this is the diamonds. I could do that. Oh, I kind of like that one. Okay, let's do that one. I'm going to ink the edge of the pocket. I probably should have gotten out walnut stain for this, but too late now. Okay, and then we're going to But I liked the idea of once you've torn one diagonal. I never really thought about it. It's a very simple solution, but I don't know. I just never really thought about it. You just cut next to where you tore. That is not what I wanted to put that on, is it? Nope. Take that off there. It goes on here. I was looking at that going, nope, I didn't not want to put both of those flower patterns together. Okay. There we go. And then you've got another tuck. And they don't, obviously, since you're tearing them, they're all going to be different. They're all going to be different shapes. They're not going to be your perfect, 45-degree angle or whatever. They're all going to be different, which I like. I mean, that's kind of the idea, right? What if we put some of this swirly stuff with the flowers? Maybe I'll tear it smaller. Like that. We don't like it on here, right? That's too, that matches too well. What was this one going to be? Oh, that's the brown again. Okay. Well, let's ink this edge. I don't know that there's going to be a lot of separation. So, full disclosure, I am filming this before Christmas. So I can't tell you, even though you're watching it the day after, I cannot tell you how the Christmas holiday went. And I'm going to be filming ahead a bit, so it'll probably be after the new year before I actually shoot a video. Or when you see a video where I'm talking about how things went after Christmas. That's the danger of wanting to shoot ahead, but also wanting to be able to chat. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Okay, so there we have that one. I'm trying to make a little pile of trash over here. Okay, so I've got piles here, and we're just going to tear and see what we can figure out for pairings. So we've got that. And we've got that. These I could turn over and use the blue side. Okay. Then we could tear these. I don't know about that. What's nice about these ones, because they've been coffee dyed and baked so much, the core isn't white. So technically I don't have to tear those off. Also, once you get a square. All right, so guys, Rita Donnelly flips. That was the other half of this video, right? A Rita Donnelly flip is basically, this would be a single. I feel like you can make these two different ways. So this is a single Rita Donnelly flip. I don't know if they're both correct, like the original was. I've never seen Rita Donnelly make these, but I've seen lots of other people make them. And basically, you put this on the corner of a page. Sure. You put this on the corner of a page as a tuck, and then you flip up, and that's journaling space. So Rita Donnelly flip. That's a single. I'm going to put this up here, and I'm going to put that over there. We're probably not going to use that. Okay, and then we can tear this. I think I'm going to tear it this way. We get like an island. And then I don't know about this one. I'm just tearing away some of the end of the white. I'm actually going to keep it because on this one, again, this was dyed. It happened to be dyed with like coffee and blue Rit dye. And it baked into the core of the paper. So this one's pretty... Okay. Then I had this that was folded as like a pouch. But I think we're going to make some layered pieces out of it. So let me cut this off here. And its fold. We'll just cut the fold off. Like that. And then we have two pieces. Okay. And I might do that one too, but right now, I want to do a small corner with that. Oh, that print is upside down. I suppose I could do it like that so it'd be sideways. And I want to do a large one to put it on. Yeah, like that. And then maybe with this one I could do the other way around. But you do have to tell me, so how did everybody's holidays go? Did you get everything you asked for Christmas? Did you ask for anything for Christmas? I don't know. Some people might not ask for stuff for Christmas. All right, I'm going to, maybe we'll get our corner right here so we get this rose. Like that. It's too big for that one. And then we need a big one, right? Trying to figure out how to. Okay. And then we put this one here like this. Yeah, I like it. All right, let me get my ink. I know here lately I haven't been. I want to apologize for the last few videos I put out. I feel like I had a lot of. It's, you know what it was? I attributed it to two things. One, she pulled me out of my comfort zone with the sewing, which, not for nothing, the pieces that you make with the sewing, like the little button clusters and the yo-yos, I'm thrilled with how they turn out. I love them. I'm so glad I know how to make yo-yos now. You have no idea. Because I love yo-yos, and I mean, once I saw how she made it, I was like, oh, duh, that makes sense. But all these little hand-sewn things that she's had me do, or, well, she hasn't, but that are on her list that I'm doing, are first-time things for me. And then what I'm doing is I'm coming on camera with very little practice. And I came on camera. It's during the holidays and after I was away in South Carolina, because I told you guys about my trip. So, and then I come back to my craft room after a week of being away, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can do this. No. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay, so we have that one. I was all over the place, guys. I'm trying to get back into a rhythm, and I feel like it's taking me forever to get back into the swing of things. Like, I was doing fine, and then I went away, and moral of the story, don't leave your craft room. Isn't that where we'd all like to spend all of our time anyway? I guess I'm going to have to, if I'm going to keep using it, I guess I need to get out the ink pad. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, I go quiet, and I do, I think I also explained when I'm trying to keep up with the holidays and I'm filming all this stuff ahead like this, it makes it difficult with respect to the fact that I run out of things to talk about because I've already talked about them when I'm filming all these videos in the same day. Now, this is the Sunday before Christmas that I'm filming these, and my plan is to get several videos. This is going to go up the day after Christmas. I'm filming it the Sunday before Christmas, and my plan is to get at least 3 or 4 more videos filmed today so that my holidays are covered. Now, when the holidays are over, I might only go out a day or two just so that I don't miss, but I don't have to be as far ahead of myself because I don't have 10,000 other things going on. and I'm not traveling and away from my craft room and everything. So yeah, I feel like if I can get myself through the holidays, I should be fine. But I'm making a note never to start something like this before holidays, during the holidays again. I can't even believe I thought this was a good idea. Okay, so we got those done. Something I wanted to... I have a bunch more here. Oh, I know what I wanted to try. These are baked really stiff, and I'm curious to see if they're going to tear or if they're just going to break. Well, I got a corner off of it. Probably not that. That's probably a bad idea. Okay, I got a couple of corners. This is like, it baked hard and it's brittle. So I don't know how that's going to work on... That doesn't go on there. I'm not going to do that. But I wanted to see how it tore. I pulled out 2 of them. And I got a whole bunch of stuff here. I don't know... Oh, I had some more double-sided stuff under here. Let's pull all this stuff out from under here. Oh, man, I have a ton of stuff down here. Okay, let's do... Okay, what we're going to do with these, because I have 2 that are the same. So I'm going to tear them like this. So that one's going to be this way, and this one's going to be this way. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. I'm trying to get... I'm just going to have to try and remember which way to... That's a weird little... There, that's better. Okay, now this one. Uh-oh. It's going to have to go on that one. It's too big. It's got to be torn down some. And then these are practically the same size. So let's tear this one down some. We'll put this one on here. Like that. I think I like that better, but that's okay. Okay. I don't know about inking these. I guess I can. I just don't know if I should. Ooh, you know what? I like this. I've said this before. I like this aged mahogany. Oh, that goes perfect. Okay, so this is the last one of these torn ones I'm going to do for now. I have, you can see, again, overly ambitious. My stack of, I was like, oh, these will go quick. I'll be tearing and it'll be fine. Yeah, you see how that did. Okay, so that's that one. Let's ink these. And I still have Christmas presents to wrap. Oh, today's Sunday. I can tell you this because I didn't know this before, but being that it's Sunday, the Sunday before Christmas, I went to Walmart after church today. Remember I was telling you about the thing with my niece and nephews, right? So I went and I found remote control cars for everybody, except for the littlest ones. I have 2-year-old nephews, and I got them. Like, they're still trucks, but they're not remote control trucks. I just felt like they would break the remotes. they're 2. So, you know, everybody else got remote controls. Even my one nephew's 4. I got him a remote control car. Actually, I have 2 4-year-old nephews. The funny part about it was I was walking through the store and I collected up, because my one sister who has the 7 kids is the one that told me you can't just buy for the girl and none of the boys. You know, it's not fair to leave them out. And I agreed. I had not planned on leaving them out. So I was in there buying for them and I wasn't really thinking about it. And I got them all done. I got all the older boys their remote control cars, and then I was on the kids aisle and I was looking at, for the youngest one, the 2-year-old. And it suddenly hit me that when you go down on Friday, you're also going to see your other sister who has 3 kids, all boys. So, and luckily they're similar ages to some of my, the older of my 2 younger sisters, the one with 7 kids. She has boys that are similar in ages. So the one I bought matching remote control cars. So I ended up having to go buy 10 toys and gift bags. And you know how they box things. So like the boxes are like huge that these toys come in. So I went and bought ginormous gift bags to put them in. I was like, this is nuts. Needless to say, they're still in the back of my car, and after I'm done, I have to go get them. But okay, so this is our double flips. I mean, our double tucks. Okay, I did some of them in pairs. You could argue that this is a pair, and I could put them on opposing corners. The other thing you can do is put them on like facing pages, one top, one bottom. That's an idea too if you've got a pair. There's these. I wouldn't necessarily call these a pair. This is a pair. Okay. And then I've got all these torn bits over here that we may or may not use shortly. Okay. So this is the double corners. Now let's look at Rita Donnelly flips. Let's do some singles. I've got some paper here. All you have to do is fold it so that you get a triangle and cut it. And if your paper is not a triangle, cut it. Just cut it off. And there you go. Flip. And you would glue it down on the corners, on the back corners back here. And then this piece would flip up. Right? So that's one. And I had some up here that I did for practice. Okay? And then you could do the same thing with this one. I chose these papers because they're already coffee dyed. They're also peeling where the burnt spots are. These were baked in my oven. Okay, and so I'm going to cut out, it was a little bit of a rectangle, so I'm going to cut those off. Okay, and here I have another flip. Now, if you want to make, this would be a double Rita Donnelly flip. So this would go around the corner. This would go around the page like, hold on, I'll get it in a second, like that. So you would glue it on this side of the page, and then you would turn the page over and you would glue it on this side of the page. And then it flips open on the corners. Okay. Now notice, we just did the faux envelopes, and I told you that until I get this glued into a book, I can treat this later because this is just a folded piece of paper. So I'll treat the insides later. For now, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I do these double Rita Donnelly flips. I did several of them. Basically what I do for those, hold on a second, guys. I'm going to get all these scraps out of my way, because they're going to drive me crazy and they're just in the way. Okay, so paper for Rita Donnelly flips. Now, like I said, the stuff that is already coffee dyed, and you can make your Rita Donnelly flips as big as you want. However, for me anyway, the way I do this, I am limited by how long my paper is. So I can make a 6-inch Rita Donnelly flip out of this in my mind, the way I do this. And I'll show you how I do it in a minute. We're going to cut this down to 11 inches by taking 1/2 inch off one end and 1/2 inch off the other, because if I'm going to get rid of this, when they edge the paper, and I take one edge off and leave the edge on the other side, that looks weird to me. So I'm taking my inch off like that. And my Rita Donnelly flip is now going to be a 5.5 inch triangle. So it's going to be a big one. And what I'm basically going to do is take this down, nope, that way, to 5.5 inches. So what I want is a strip of paper where the height is half the width. Does that make sense? Or the width is half the length, however you want to look at it. So the long side is double the short side. Because what happens is then you fold this in half and you get a 5.5 inch square. Actually, you want to fold your design to the inside. Okay? So it doesn't matter how big you want to make these. You could make them 3 inches. You could make, these ones are 4, I think. Yeah, these are 4. You can make them 3 inches. You can make them 6 inches. You can make them, these are going to be 5.5 inches. However big you want to make it, just keeping in mind that what you need to make it square is you want the height to be half as tall as the width. Okay. And then once you folded it in half, you fold your corners down. Just make sure you have it like that. And if it's not cut straight, as long as it's not one of your folded edges, you can trim it. I mean, you obviously can't trim any folds, but I could trim this where it's not lining up. I can trim this. I don't know why it's not lining up, but I must not have cut it straight. Okay, so I trim all that off of there, and then you've got a double Rita Donnelly flip. Okay, and like I said, this is already coffee dyed paper. So I would just put this on a page like this, and then you can flip it up over here, and you can flip it up over here. Good? All right, let's go through another one. I've got a ton of paper over here. So this guy, this is a 4-inch square. This is an 8-inch square. I can get 2 4-inch ones out of this. So I'm going to cut this in half. Put my design to the inside. I feel like you can write over the writing on here. It's light enough. Okay, so I'm going to put my design to the inside, and then you have to decide how you want it folded. You can fold it this way, or you can fold it this way. This has more leaves, and we'll fold it this way. Okay, so I'm just going to fold it to the corners. I don't know why sometimes it causes problems, but sometimes it causes problems. You know, I'm going to say this. There's something to be said for all those people who say you do it fine until you turn your camera on. I was doing this fine yesterday, and then I went and turned my camera on, and now for some reason I can't get any of these to line up right. So yeah, now I have trimming to do. Well, I can just trim this edge. This isn't a folded edge. Okay, if you have trimming to do along your folded edges, the only thing I can say is unfold it and trim a little off. I don't know. But there we go. There's another one. So that'll go around the page, and you open it up like that. And as long as your paper isn't directional, it doesn't matter how you fold these. Because you can flip them around to go on any corner as long as your paper's not directional. If your paper's directional, then you have to figure that out as you go. Since I'm considering this journaling space, I don't care which direction that writing is going. I am going to do this way, though. It might have to do with which way you fold it. Folding it one way or the other might line up better. I don't know. Okay, and then we'll fold this way. And we've got another one. Yeah? All right, let's get some strips. This is from one of my kits. Now, if you don't want to trim first, this is copy paper. If you don't want to trim first, you can always fold your strip in half. Oh, this one happens to be, just like I said, half of it's, that one happens to work out just right. Okay. This one probably won't. So with this one, what you do is, well, let's see how this works. No, it's got to go to the inside. So let's see how this works. Because it's going to have a part of a truck on it. So, well, if I can get it to fold. And then basically what I would do is take this and fold it over to this edge. Okay, so I'm going to fold that to that edge. And then I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to fold this to the same edge. Okay, so this one was too long. Okay, and then basically I'll just open it up and cut them off. So I cut off the excess, just like you would on a single one. I suppose I could have reverse folded it and done this, gotten them both at once, but you know, I didn't think of that until after I had already cut one off. Okay, and there is your flip, and you put it on there, and you've got, actually I'll probably put it on like that, and you've got a flip on that side and a flip on this side. Little truck. I don't know. Anyway, so, okay, let's see what this one is. This one is, well, again, we can do the same thing we did with this one. This is a single read only. That's a single one. Cut that end off. Okay, now for this one, we'll do what we did with the apple orchard piece that was too long. So I'm going to fold this over, and then I'm going to take this, and it's non-directional, so I'm going to fold it, I'm going to take the flap, and I'm going to fold it back to this fold. Okay? Folding it all the way back to my center fold. All right, and then I cut this one off. Let's do them individually. Okay, so that's that one. And then I'm going to fold this one all the way back to my center fold, assuming it wants to cooperate, which, you know, for some reason today, things are being very uncooperative. Straight as I can, right on the fold, and push it down. Okay. And then we just cut it off. Okay, and we have another one. I don't think I'm going to do this one. I like this picture. I might use that for something else. All right, for this one, let's see if we can make one out of this. This has got a torn area. How wide is this? A little over 8 inches. Okay, so let's do it this way. Let's get 4 inches this direction. And I've got enough to do that. Okay, and then we'll get 8 inches this direction. Okay, set this off to the side and fold. Now, as far as the middle is concerned, this part, this is copy paper. I mean, well, I shouldn't say that. It's not copy paper. It's scrapbook paper. But it's copy paper thickness, I would think. And for some reason, once again, my folds are crooked. But, okay, so we're going to fold it like we would the others. Okay. And if you fold it so that the the edge on your folded edge is nice and flush, and then this edge can be trimmed. because there's no folds in this edge. So just if you make that your rule, because like I said, you can fold it either way, but if you make it your rule to fold, line your edge up with your fold like that. Whatever excess is over here or whatever doesn't line up over here, you can trim. Just a thought. I'm going to lay that off to the side. Don't want to use it. I feel like we've made enough. I'm going to get these off of here and this. And again, I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup. Okay, now, a couple of ideas here. First of all, maybe we can decorate one. I don't think this will fit. If you're going to do a Rita Donnelly thing and it's going to flip, if you want to glue something to the surface, it can't interfere with that flip. You know what I'm talking about? But you could glue anything you wanted on here. I mean, as long as, like I said, it doesn't interfere with your flip. Which means one of the things that you could put on these is, I'm going to use my big one because I feel like that would be the easiest thing to do this with. One of the things you could put on here is another pocket, another, oh, let me think. Oh, wait, maybe this will work. Look, I'm finding scraps, guys. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear a corner off of here and I'm going to put it on there like that. On there like that. Doesn't really matter. It's going on the same way either way. It's just how you turn the thing. Okay, so we'll put one on this side. So you can turn these Rita Donnelly flips into a double flip, into a double tuck. Just like you would one of those. I'm going to line this up, but I don't want to glue my flap shut, so I'm going to unfold it. Okay. We're going to do that. And we're going to turn it over, and I'm going to do one on the other side. Okay. Glue this one on, and then we'll try and decorate it with something. I'm always laughing at myself when I say stuff like that because I'm like, yeah, now you're going to torture them. Trying to figure out what you want to decorate this with. Okay. Because I don't have a plan, guys. No plan. We love it when I don't have a plan, right? Oh my gosh. I didn't even realize. These videos keep getting longer than I expect. Like I look up and I'm like, oh my gosh, 40 minutes has gone by. This is what I do in my craft room when you're not watching. I look up and I go, oh my gosh, it's been half an hour. Oh my gosh, it's been 40 minutes. Oh my gosh, I've been down here 3 hours. Yeah. That's when my kids start coming down and saying, hey mom, is there a plan for dinner? I'm like, nope, no plan. I got nothing. I love this stuff. Maybe I'll use a piece of this. Will that go? I love this stuff. I don't know. I think that goes. Yeah. I think that goes. Okay. Let's cut off a piece. We're going to make both sides the same, so I'm going to cut off another piece. I'm just going to go ahead and cut them both. Cut them about the same length. Okay. I'm going to be sad when this runs out because I don't think this is a trim. I got this at Hobby Lobby and it was on clearance. I don't think this is a trim that they sell anymore. So I'm going to be upset when it's gone. Okay, so now we're going to place this here. Question is, do I hot glue it or do I Fabri-Tac it? Ow, that hurt. I can't see because it keeps wanting to lift up. Ow. Okay. Now, if you're worried about this is where all the holes were. So what I tried to do was run it so that I could put this white, this part here is solid. So that's what I wanted to lay in the hot glue. So this part here, the gray, if you wanted to, you could put some Fabri-Tac under there to hold that down. It's not going to go anywhere, but you could do that if you wanted to. All right, and then we're going to do this, and I'm going to eyeball it again. So we're going to put this on here, and we're going to run our string of glue right. Don't start without doing the big. That time we did it in one go. Look at us go. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna cut the ends off. I'm thinking about making it a Christmas present to myself, guys. I told you guys in one of my other videos, probably one of the sewing videos, because I was actually using them. I think it was the yo-yos, because that's what I used them for. The Tim Holtz titanium scissors, if they're sharp and you haven't used them for anything, they work really good on fabric. I'm thinking about ordering a set and marking them as fabric scissors. I've never owned separate scissors for fabric and paper before. Of course, I've never been a big like seamstress or sewer, so I've never had a reason to. But yeah, so I'm thinking about doing that though. Okay, now what do we want to do with the rest of this? Because I feel like it's nice. I like it. Let's get rid of this. You know what would be fun? I know you love those words coming out of my mouth, don't you? You know what would be fun? I'm gonna get a couple of these little guys. I love these. When these run out, I'm gonna hate it. Take one of these and put it on here. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. So, and then we'll just have to find something to put in the center. But you know me, guys, it's gonna be a button. I mean, were you thinking it would be anything else? Okay. And I mean, the two sides of your pocket, obviously I'm doing this the same, mostly because this is the idea in my head, and I'm like, for expediency in this video, I'm trying to like make this kind of simple. But you could obviously make the two sides different. They don't have to be the same. So let me get buttons. Hold on, guys. We're almost done. I cannot believe that I keep making these videos like an hour long. That is not my goal or my intent. My intent is for them to be much shorter. How cute is that? I love this flower with the button thing in the middle. I mean, it's a great way to finish off anything. And on this side, I think we'll do pink. Okay, yeah, the pink goes really well too. All right. So there's our flip. So you put this on a page and you've got a tuck, and then this would be a tuck. I know, I'm doing that a thing again. Okay, so I know I had a thing up here. Let's do this. So you put it like that. And then this is going to be a tuck also. In here like this. And then when you open this up, you can write in it. Yeah, I like it. So there you go, guys. Rita Donnelly flips. Torn double corner tucks. This was a lot of fun. I'm going to have a collection of these. I like corner pockets. I think they're fun. And then you can stuff tiny tags that we did a little while back in your corner tucks. Okay, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow with day 41. We're almost to the halfway point, guys. We can do it. See you guys later. Bye-bye.